I don't know who this message is going to be for, but do not fear. Do not be afraid. Do you know that the phrase do not be afraid is written 365 times in the Bible? This is because God does not want us to have a spirit of fear. Write this down. Fear keeps you captive. Fear holds you back from depending and having full faith in God. When you have worries and fears, this is because you're not fully dependent on God. You're not trusting fully in God and His plans. The enemy uses a spirit of fear to try and intimidate us and to keep us from taking that leap of faith or, walking by faith. And we're not supposed to be walking by sight. We're supposed to be walking by faith. Fear is you walking by your flesh. You have to recognize that fear does not come from God, okay? For God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and love. When you have God, when you're walking with God, you're going to have that spirit of power and love within you, right? And perfect love casts out all fears. When you are truly walking with God, you have His peace within you. The Bible tells us not to lean on our own understanding, but to trust in the Lord. A lot of us don't follow the plans that God has for us, or we don't be obedient to God because of our fears, because those thoughts of, oh, what if it doesn't go well? What if we don't make it? What if this isn't from God? All of those fears and doubts and worries start to cloud your judgment. If we just walk out in faith and trust in God and take that leap and just fully depend in what God is doing, then you will see the promises and the breakthroughs of God. God does not want us to walk in fear. God wants us to be filled with hope and love, right? The hope of His promises, the love of His Spirit. There is no room for a Christian to have that spirit of fear, okay? With God, He overpowers and overcomes every spirit that is not sent from Him. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about, for I am your God." So it's so important not to fear the future and just to trust that God knows what He's doing. When you put your trust in God, you will no longer be afraid of what comes at you or anything around you, because you have that spirit of peace that resides within you. Sometimes that spirit of fear will try to creep into your life, but it's just important to just not give in to that spirit of fear. Rebuke the spirit of fear and let the peace of God help you to overcome it. Whoever this was for, if you've been afraid, if you've been scared, if you've been worried, anxious, you've just been confused or doubtful about something, the Lord just wants you to trust Him and just lean on Him when you're afraid. God is with you, and He will never leave you nor forsake you.